Today I'm going to talk about LeetCode question number 3, longest substring without repeating characters. So given a string s, find the length of the longest substring without repeating characters. So if we look at this example here, we have the answer is 3, with the answer being ABC right here. See? Or it could be like ABC here. But anyway, they don't have any repeating characters. And over here, answer is 1 because obviously the longest substring is of length 1 with just a single B. And here the answer is 3 with the longest substring being WKE. So a brute force way of approaching this would be, if we have this PWWKEW, to focus on one substring or one character and iterate through the rest of the array. Okay, and count the longest substring without repeating characters. For example, if you look at P and we iterate through the rest of the array, we have P, okay, P, which is of length 1, PW of length 2, and PWW, we already seen W, so okay, we scratch that. And we stop the iteration there. And we move on to the next character, okay? W of length 1, substring of length 1. We already have the answer 2 here, and 1 is less than 2, so we keep 2 and move on. Okay, and we'll iterate through the rest of the array. And W, but we already seen a W right here. So we cut that iteration short and focus on the next character, W. Okay, W itself is a substring of length 1. Now let's iterate through the rest of the array. So WK, okay, length 2. So that's the longest substring there. WKE, that's actually a substring of length 3. So we update our answer. WKEW, we already saw W, so we stop the iteration there. And so on and so forth, and in the end, we see the longest substring is of length 3. This will take O of n squared time. We have a nested loop there, but we can do better. Okay. So how can we do better? And the approach I'll show you would be linear time, O of n, is using a slide-in window. Okay. So how slide-in window works is PWWKEW. So how it works is we have a window originally of length 1. Okay, looking at P, and then we increase the window. Okay, keep increasing it until we'll increase it till a condition is not met. So for example, here we have 2 W's. So then we decrease the window from the left side here until it satisfies our constraint again. So we have W, so we extend this window here, and we found the second W. So what we want to do is decrease this window until our condition is satisfied again. So move this until we have just W, okay? And then we increase our window again. So we have just W right now, WKE, or sorry, WK and WKE. Okay, so far so good. WKEW. So now we have to go back to our window and decrease it until we have only one W again. Okay, decrease the window here. Okay, great. And it just so happens we're at the end of the string here, so our window is of length 3 now. And that's how we're going to go about it. Okay, and while the window is like increasing and decreasing, we keep track of the longest that our window has been that iteration and update our result variable accordingly. So for example, here, Windows here, length 1, result is 1. Here, Windows length 2, so our result is 2. Here, condition isn't satisfied of having no repeated characters, so we decrease the window there. Okay, and we're back to window of length 1, but since our longest window has been of length 2, we keep that 2 as being our result. Okay. Now to code this up, this solution will be linear time with constant memory. So the fundamental to a window solution is having 2 variables to keep track of the beginning of the window and the end of the window. So I'm going to do that. A window start is initially going to be at position 0 here. And our result variable, which will hold the longest substring, which will be 0. Okay. And as for the variable that keeps track of window end, I'm going to keep track of it here in my while loop. So for I in range len s, so this I will represent the end of the window here. Okay. Okay. And also what we want to do is have a way to store if we've seen a certain character. So I'm going to initialize a Python set here, and this will be O of 1 lookup time just to check if we've seen a character already. Okay, so for each character, so for each position in range string s, if si not in chars seen. So if we haven't seen this character before, we're just going to add this. And yeah, that looks good. So basically our window has increased by this end variable I here. Okay, and the start is still going to be the same. Else, what we're going to do is decrease the window until our condition is satisfied, aka we're going to keep moving from the window, starting from the start position, just keep decreasing that window size until this guy is not in window anymore, until that character is not in the window anymore. Else, while si in chars seen, what we're going to do is remove that guy from our character scene. Remove si. Okay, and then also increment our start. We're actively decreasing the window size here. Okay. And finally, what we're going to do here is, so now that the character we're at is removed from character scene and start is updated accordingly, we're going to add that back in, increase our window again. Okay. So like for here, for this example, okay, our window would have been till size 2, okay, and then we come across this W and it's already in the characters we've seen, so we're gonna decrease the window, remove P from character scene, remove W from character scene, also while updating the start variable. So initially the start position was here, and then here, and then here, and then eventually the here. Okay, so now we're going to add W to character scene because this is the start of our window now. And finally, after all that, result is gonna be equal to max result and the length of char scene. Char scene will never contain any duplicates. Okay, also keep tracks of our window. We could also do like actually I minus char scene, or sorry, I minus window start plus 1, but it will give the same result as the length of char scene. Okay, and then finally return. Okay, I'll try running this, compiling it. Interesting. Oh, I need to use my sample test cases. Hmm, 313, 314. Let's see what happened here. Okay, we have those three. If that guy is not in char scene add. And small si in char scene remove as oops window start. It shouldn't be I. Okay. Because we're decreasing the window. Okay. And as we're decreasing the window, we want to remove the characters that the window is passing. I'll try submitting. Okay, great. Thanks for watching.